Hello everyone and welcome back to Golden Chips, the show that has about as much planning as I do haircuts. George is back. You alright, George?
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm good. It's good to be back in the hot seat.
I missed you, buddy. I missed you.
I know it's been different, but to be fair, mate, you've absolutely smashed the past couple of weeks with everything that you've been doing. So mad respect to you for it. Obviously, completely well done to you there.
Yeah,
But no,
the schedule was originally meant to be like alternating. Like the original plan was to have like guest George, and then that's not really what happened. And then obviously we took a hiatus.
It ended up being George guest. So.
Yeah,
But no, that's good, man.
The double up.
Definitely effort has just paid off 100%. But it's good to be back in the hot seat. It's good to be back on the mic.
Yeah,
it's not a rap thing, but yeah.
Back in the hot, fire in the booth.
Back in the studio, man.
Yeah, fire in the booth.
But yeah, it's lovely, man. Appreciate it.
No, I missed this too because like I ended up having to take a massive hiatus because I had IRL stuff to go going on, like, so I ended up skipping an episode's worth of gap. Like if you're
I was going to say, like, we just, for some reason, usually our schedule works pretty well along each other's, but this time around it just didn't. We weren't, our days were clashing too hard, and we can't actually arrange to get this opportunity, which was kind of strange as well. But here we are.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that doesn't really gel. It's like we have essentially 2 days. The whole week that we can actually find a time to film, and of those 2 days,
pretty much
one of them is after work where we're completely shattered.
Yeah.
So it's more like one day, and if we miss that one day, we're scuppered.
Yeah, but we're usually quite disciplined to it, I think. But I think the part, like you say, with our in real life stuff going on, and same with me, and just like haven't had that time. As much as we try to make time, it's just like something else we would have come up with on that day that we were trying to. So.
I think that's the main reason it didn't commit to a weekly schedule, because that's the standard.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the standard.
That's the thing.
And I feel I wanted to make this weekly. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, but there's so much going on, and like especially with us, like the challenges of filming.
Yeah,
if we missed one session, then we were scuffed.
Yeah,
everything fell out of place.
That ages ago when I first sort of started trying to. Get into the world of podcasting, it was difficult because it sort of became not even that anyone was watching, but it became like we had to meet up, and then we were starting to just hate the idea of doing it, and it sort of didn't become sort of something quite exciting to look forward to. It sort of became part of like a chore. So I know what you mean, exactly that. So it's nice. I think your 2 week schedule definitely works for it, for sure. You have time to relax but plan as well, and get ahead of things sometimes.
It's like that, and it's sort of having a sealer quality around it. Like, don't get me wrong, this isn't like this is no Joe Rogan experience. Let's be real with ourselves here. Like it's
I guess if you want.
it's no Joe Rogan experience. It's no conversation with, but like I'm learning it as I go. So
of course,
having that time, having those 2 weeks rather than the weekly schedule. To iterate. It's like episode 4, which was the episode with Tech Team GB. That was like the biggest challenge because it's
stunning visual.
But it was the first time on video. It was the first time that we actually had a video
visual. Came out, you basically just fully went, don't even bother watching this. Like, don't listen, obviously, but don't bother listening to Spotify. I want you to watch the video. Because of how passionate and how proud you were of it. And bloody rightly so, man. Like, absolutely rightly so.
I put a lot into that, to be fair.
You can just tell. Naturally, you can just tell.
Yeah. It's like having that time rather than a weekly sort of crunch schedule, especially when like we've just started out and I'm trying to learn the craft at the same time. Like just having that time to develop it. As you go.
No, for sure.
How have you actually been, bro? How have you actually been? Because like I get we catch up at work every now and again, but in terms of actually filming, like we haven't. It's been a month, I think. It's been a good month.
It's been good. I've been all right. I've somewhat migrated into sort of a better environment. I've got a better closer to the internet, let's say, so that should be better.
Yeah.
But also my computer is coming to the absolute like destruction point. The destruction.
Oh
Is that the right word? I
no.
can't think of how
Like the break, like the
how the
limit,
word.
the limit.
Yeah, it's breaking because there's like so many things that needs to update on, but I need to get more RAM, or like just memory. But there is a 500 gigabyte one, which I think you did recommend a while ago. So I'm just
not
probably
sure if
gonna
it's
have to
still on
cop
sale.
that and see if I. Yeah, to be fair, there's probably loads out there.
Oh yeah, I think there's one SSD right now. Like at the time of filming, there's like a terabyte SSD going for like 70 quid or something.
Yeah,
which is insane.
That is amazing. So I literally have to buy that and like try and store it. But at that point, I can probably find a dish tray as well. You know, because I remember that's something I still want to put in. But let's focus on the memory part of it first. But as I logged on today of the film of this episode, I looked at my OneDrive and there's all these like random like Fruity Loop things that still need to be like synced in. I don't know why they're not, but it can't do it. I don't think Steam's been updated in about a month.
Jesus, man.
Should we just have a quick look while I'm here? Like, let's go on
no, don't.
Let's go on. Let's go into this PC.
Oh,
right,
you remind me of like back on my Mac. Oh my god.
How much free space do you think one has on this computer?
20 gig.
You're not gonna guess it. 20?
Yeah.
20 gig?
Yeah.
Oh, that's considerate, man. That's really considerate. 23.0 megabytes out of 111 gigabytes.
Oh my god.
That's shocking. Yeah, man, I need more memory.
I could sneeze more data, mate. What the
yeah. I think I've had bigger poos,
oh
mate. That is bad.
That's okay.
I'm gonna get off that.
I will drag you by the ankles to the nearest like computer parts store. I will drag you by the ankles to CEX. Oh
yeah, this be something we need to plan then. Oh yeah, no, definitely.
23 megabytes. I mean, I'm saying that, but my view could very much be distorted considering I have 10 terabytes of space in this machine.
Oh. All right then. Nah, to be fair though, I never found it an issue, and then like suddenly one day it was just like,
nope.
I've run out of memory.
It's like, nope,
like,
no more storage, be gone.
I'm just not even sure what happened. Yeah, exactly.
That's it for you, buddy.
It's only recently become a bigger issue than it's worth, and I think, and I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I messaged you about like my Unity just not playing games. It kept crashing and stuff like that.
Yeah, you having problems running like Raft and stuff.
And
was it Raft and Skater?
Yeah,
Skater
but you got So Skater XL was like the weird one because that does involve like a few mods, so it was a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
And I thought the mods were crashing it, but I think it now after you got me to download software that should have pushed it to go in the right direction. I think it still was sort of being a bit weird. So I'm thinking it's the lack of RAM. That's really struggling with it because it can't. It's just I don't know. And also actually that's it. Not RAM. So at the moment I do have, but then weirdly it's off. So that's worrying as well. Hence probably why there's so many issues. But I've got an external hard drive which I've mapped to being part of the computer, so it recognizes it.
Okay.
But I think because it's coming through that, like external technically, Unity's struggling to like find the program rapidly and quickly. It needs to that's what I'm thinking, but that's also I think what you maybe suggested as well. But it sounds plausible, definitely.
Yeah, because it's over USB, and USB has come a long way, but it's still nowhere near as fast as like actual connection.
It's like, aren't they trying to get? I swear they're trying to get rid of USB as well, aren't they?
No.
No.
I mean, they're working on USB 4 as we speak.
Right. Okay.
It's
that was maybe it.
Yeah.
I know. I just think a lot of charging places also actually completely not to do with connectivity of external hard drives or whatever. But I feel like charging wise, isn't like it all going like towards C type and stuff like that. They're trying
there's USB C, but it's still part of like the USB spec. So
it's still part of the family, like an aubergine to a. Damn it, I don't know what they're related to.
What is this
cucumber to a pickle? It's a cucumber to a pickle, part of the same family. There you go.
Okay, you got me there. You had me. You had me in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Kiwis and grapes, are they the same?
Oh, what? Yeah, no. Hang on. No, kiwis are like big hairy grapes. What is this?
Yeah. Hairy grapes with hair.
Yeah, puberty grapes.
Puberty grapes.
Puberty grapes.
Ew. I don't know how I feel about this.
All right, moving on. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're getting you more storage, mate. Jesus, like that terrifies me.
It terrifies me.
I never want to be in the place where I don't have enough storage. I'm definitely in the camp of like I'd rather have excess than not enough.
Yeah, I've never been in the place when I didn't have any. My dearest laptop that is buggered due to the amount of sheer unprotection downloading of torrented apps I did on it. Has indeed, it doesn't turn on, but that had 2 terabytes. So I've never been struggling with memory, but recently in this encounter, suddenly I am, which is fine. Obviously, it will get increased. It's fine. Everything's breaking, but it's fine. We move. It's all good. At least
that's so you, isn't it? It's just like everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart, and you just do not care.
That picture of the dog and the fire. That's like my life. Everything falls apart, but I'm fine. It's all good.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
So all your computers just burning around you.
Yeah, I'm fine. All good. No, but the thing is, as well, actually, with that is, at least it's not a virus. I think I've been very careful and very strict with how I've approached things on my computer. I'm not just gonna. Well, firstly, I'm not downloading dodgy files to find a film within that file to then watch for free, like an illegal person, because that's bad. Don't do that.
That's bad. We're legally required to say that's bad.
That is bad. But it was sort of like a thing I did, and it buggered it. It absolutely ripped my computer in half.
Jesus.
There are apps on there which I'm not even sure are classed as apps. I don't know what it's done. But I've seen more blue screen than I do anything else, really. But that's my old computer. That's irrelevant now.
That's the past. We're in the future.
Yeah, we're in the future. We're moving on.
We're in the future. I replaced it with a big box, and it's still struggling.
Replaced it with a tower, and it's now struggling not with virus, but more with just how it copes with the lack of storage.
Yeah,
which is, but we'll get there. I think a trip to the closest CEX is up for grabs, maybe on a day off of ours.
CEX never does you dirty, but to be fair, the one place that I never want to go secondhand is storage, and you want to know why? It's because so like
dodgy things on there, or no?
No, not even that. Because like I think it's mandatory, like it's common practice that if you get any storage devices and you need to resell them, you have to completely wipe them. Like that's a data protection thing. That's not.
That's completely fair enough then.
Yeah, that's a data protection thing. They have to like make sure that they're all completely clean and completely wiped. Like if they're going through like an official channel like that. But I never want to go secondhand on storage for the simple reason that you don't know how long it's been used for. So
it's true. That is true.
They have a limited life. They have a limited life to them. So let's say like my SSD, like if it's got a lifetime write of 500 terabytes and then at some point in its life I decide I don't need Gen 4 speeds, I can save some money, recoup my costs, I'll get a Gen 3 drive with more storage, so I sell that to like CX or something. I don't know if like if I'm buying it, I don't know if they've written like 2 terabytes and then didn't know how it worked so I got rid of it, or if it's like on the brink of death.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point, to be fair. But I know one place I won't be going for my storage is definitely wish.com.
You don't go over any tech parts on wish.com. Are you insane?
I've seen like loads of videos where people like look in them and like they'll connect them up and it's like this like beautiful, amazing capture card that says like and all storage stuff, and it's you look at them, you go into like the specs, and it's just like really like we're talking like Windows 98 build. It's weird, man. The way how they get away with it
boxes
is odd.
like
So strange.
Here's the thing, though. No. I think that actually profited, like, that actually helped Wish more than it harmed it. Yeah, it's bad publicity.
Yeah, oh god,
but it's publicity. People knew about them.
That's it. Some of the weird things that come up on my like recommendations on Wish. Not that I don't use it, but like when you always get the annoying ad on like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Weird stuff, man.
Yeah, like the really weird stuff.
You would find, and not. This is going back to what we try to move on from, but I'm bringing it back. You wouldn't even find a kiwi. You would find a hairy grape.
Bloody
somehow.
Kiwi.
But you'd find a hairy grape. It's not even considered a kiwi at this point.
God.
Yeah, that is weird stuff on Wish.
That's a very Wish thing. They would just like, it would be a subclass of grape. Is just like grape with attitude.
Grape with attitude, exactly. It's awful. But I definitely I'm going to look into just sort of various places. I mean, CX could be the place. I don't know. It depends. Like, I know you've just said obviously not recommended, but I don't know. I have to find, so I have to have a look around.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I do respect CX though, because they are quality in what they do. Because I remember there was this. It was, you know, when like you had like your bar phones. Nothing was touchscreen. Everything was solid. You could throw it against the wall and it would
throw
survive.
it against the brick wall and the brick would chip.
Yeah, and that was back in the day when like Nokia were like class at everything that they manufactured. In regards to phones, my mum had this like metal one. It was just like really. It was beautiful in its own right, but they didn't accept it because it apparently had like dust underneath the screen. Not that it affected the phone, but for a quality displaying purpose.
Like quality assurance. Yeah,
they were like, nah, we're not accepting it. It's like, really? Okay, fine, fair enough.
I mean, in their defense though, I think that's something that they should, like, all sort of resellers should implement, is like a quality check system. So for those not in the UK, essentially CEX, kind of like a reseller, and they have like, if they're doing like any resales on electronics and stuff, so like phones or headphones or things like that, they have a grading system. A is practically new, but just like it's as if it was like taken out of the box. They didn't like it. They put it straight back in. They resold it, and then you've got B and C, which are like levels of degradation, respectively. I think that's a really good system. Although they do use it for markups. They mark up.
Did anything up that's mint? Blimmin' it, man!
It
is absolutely scandalous. I swear. No, definitely. What was the other thing I was going to say? It was oh man, it's completely gone over me. Oh yeah, that's it. They're not very. I've noticed they're not very good in regards to how they check discs, though. Like, they accept them, they look at the back, and then they like shuffle them along.
Yeah.
But I have bought a disc on several occasions where it looks fine, but there is one scratch and it buggers it, and it gets stuck. And it's like, and everything else tech wise, they're awful at making sure that the discs are okay. That's what I think I've noticed.
Yeah.
But decent with their pricing on dead games. Like, I bought The Evil Within 2 for £5, and it's still like pending on like the store for like 32 quid still. So it's like kind of sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do get your bargains. You do get your bargains, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Also, and I've always called it CEX. It's actually just sex.
I knew it.
I knew it. The adverts are pretty strange. Like, there was this, they were like saying, "Oh, you know, we're open."
Do you remember that ad campaign with like the weird monsters or whatever?
Weird monsters?
Yeah, it's like for a
while. About Argos or something?
No. Well, I think they had them too. But it's like, do you remember that weird campaign, like CX sex? Don't care, mate. Never had it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like those weird monsters, or like you had the parodies. Like you had, I remember it was like a C3PO parody, but it was like half torn apart. Like, I'll put graphic on screen if I can find it, but
yeah. No, that's that. I think that rings the bell. To be fair, they had some weird marketing campaigns. The one I just remember is the really generic narrator guy going, "Come down to sex." You're like, please stop calling it that. It's not called
that. It
still
cracks me up when I hear that. You literally unlocked a memory that I forgot I had, and I wanted to stay that way upon further review.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. I might forgive you if this gets enough views. I might forgive you.
mad. The only reason, well, it might get demonetized though, because we did mention the word sex. So I do
Bold of you to
apologize for
assume I
that.
get monetization in the first place.
Oh, okay. All right.
YouTube's a difficult game, my dude. It's not like how it used to be.
Yeah, it's an interesting place at the moment. It's not grand. I think a lot of people.
I still mourn the day that I lost my monetization on my main channel.
Oh, you've lost it. That's it. You never get it back.
Yeah, well, they changed the threshold, didn't they? Like, I used to meet the threshold for it. It was like 200 subscribers essentially, and like have a verified phone number, and I think that was it. But then they changed it to
it's like 1.8 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, they changed it to, I think it was like 1,000 watch hours and 4,000 subscribers.
Wow, 4,000.
Or I may be getting that the wrong way around. I think it's 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours.
Either way, that's
it's
difficult
like,
market to hit nowadays.
I think it's like the same as Twitch affiliate though, in the fact that it's kind of like a spam filter. Like the amount of YouTube partners are out there, like, there's a lot of YouTube partners, but it's kind of the same way that Twitch handles it. It's that if you pass their like base threshold, which Twitch's affiliate, like, it's insanely low. It's like three viewers and 50 followers or something, which in the grand scheme of things is practically nothing. You could do that in like a week and then stream a couple more days, and then boom, you're affiliate. You can start making money right away.
Fair enough.
It's more like a spam filter than it is like an actual membership ladder. It's like because on Twitch you get affiliate and then you get partner. Affiliate is basically saying congratulations, you've met the start line.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then partner is the way where actually you get like company support. That's where you're actually recognized as like they've kind of got traction. They're kind of a big deal.
Okay, yeah, that works. It's just, oh god. Hey, who knows, man? All you got to do is one day something will blow up. That's how it works. You got to manifest it. There we go. If you do it,
manifest.
But, no, to be fair though,
it's like cheat codes for life. Helicopter's just gonna appear outside my house.
Yes, exactly. In your garden. Is it big enough? Who cares? It will make it. It'll fit.
It'll just clip out. It's fine.
Exactly. Nah, but that is interesting how they've changed the policies and that purely on the fact of how much, like, I guess newer people keep using their new platforms. They're gonna need to tweak the amount, like they're gonna have to control it somehow, and obviously that's the route they've taken, is obviously what they've done there.
There's got to be some quality control, especially with everything that happened with YouTube. Do you remember the apocalypses?
No, I'm merely just at this point I'm apart from golden chips, I am literally just a watcher. I'm the generic subscriber and the generic watcher at this point. I don't really look into many things.
Yeah, because it's like you had like the YouTube adpocalypses, which were essentially all of the advertisers pulling out because like I think quite like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like the first time it was because there were ads showing up on like extremist videos like on YouTube, so a lot of advertisers saw that and was like, okay, we can't align with this, we're just pulling out en masse until YouTube reins it in, like, and that's about the point where they introduced like the demonetization thing and the algorithm, and then you had another one, but I can't remember like the specifics, but it was like more of the same. It's like you had the algorithm and it was like massively tightened up. But luckily now it's in a relatively good place. Like there's not many videos that are getting
really frustrating
false flagged.
They really annoy me, and I know why they do them so annoying. Like why they do like 30-second ones that you can't skip. It's because obviously they want you to pay for the YouTube Premium. Yeah, but it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. YouTube Premium, in my opinion. I just think some of the ads, man, so annoying.
I mean,
I remember
it's a damn sight better than Twitch. Let me tell you now. Like the ad experience on Twitch is absolute death.
If I get ads on SoundCloud, I just swipe close the app and then like go back on it.
You too.
Because it just cancels it. It's like, welcome to SoundCloud. Download for free stream. I'm like, nah, go away. That's it. And it's the same sort of, can't just say on YouTube, but it's the same annoyance with YouTube though, in the sense of the adverts, because the when you get like, let's just talk. It has to be Raid Shadow Legends, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Like that was basically its own video at that point. Like where you got so many of them, and they get annoying after a while. But when they make it so you can't skip it, you have to listen to the whole thing. It's so frustrating. Or when they make it so you can skip it, but it's 5 seconds long anyway.
Yeah.
So you
can't. It's so dumb, but it is a psychology thing. To be fair, it's like you're gonna 100%. You watch a 10-second ad with a 5-second skip. You're more likely to watch it than you are just a 5-second ad with no skip. It's like it's a weird psychology thing, or
it is clever.
It's like if you get a 10-second ad with like skip ad in 11, or like a 5-second ad with a skip in 6. That's what YouTube does, and it's
yeah, that sums it up a bit.
It works, but it's I mean, in fairness, YouTube Premium makes like it actually benefits the creator. Like creators get a lot more revenue from people watching YouTube Premium than they actually do from people like watching ads, because it's like a direct split of a subscription. So,
right, yeah, to be fair, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like it's much more beneficial, because short of like Google's cut and the rest of it, you get a direct cut of that subscription. So it's like if I got YouTube Premium tomorrow and then exclusively watched Zancast like every day, there's one episode, but I will watch it every day, goddammit. Then
I don't know what happened with that. It just sort of ended, but
what happens. Kind of like when we took our hiatus. It's like life got in the way. I was dealing with a lot of stuff, had to take a step back.
To be fair, many things have happened to why we haven't got that back on the road. But hey, like I say, anything could happen. But you were saying, sorry.
Yeah, it's like if I were to get YouTube Premium and watch exclusively Zancast, short of Google's cut, you'd get the entirety of that, like essentially like the entirety of that subscription, revenue.
Yeah,
so you see what I'm getting at here? It's like
I think I do. It
such
makes
a bigger
sense,
cut
what I'm working out.
Just watching ads.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but tweaking off the ads of YouTube, though, you can't say that Raid Shadow Legends didn't do it well. They definitely did it well. They dominated the ad market.
They were so smart about it. It was twofold, because they cast their net wide. Like they put themselves everywhere. Like they contacted basically any creator with a remote following under the sun, and most took it because
you think it was money laundering? They had a lot of backing behind it, though, didn't they? A lot of marketing money.
Yeah, they put a lot of marketing money out.
Do you think they put themselves in a bit of a... This is just assuming at this point. There's no evidence, I don't think.
I definitely think it was like a high risk play, but it really paid out for them, because like the amount of... Because not only like the smaller creators who would have like bargained for like a pretty low sum, you got to think all of the larger creators, they don't just negotiate through themselves. They have agents, and the agent's job is like the agent's sole job in that scenario is to like negotiate to say, let's say like, all right, picture this scenario. I'm a company. I want to advertise like my game on your stream, and I say, okay, like we have a valuation of $500 for this deal for you promoting us. And if you have an agent, that's where the agent will say, no, upon further evaluation, I think that they're worth 1,000. And then we'll have a back and forth until you reach like a happy medium of like, let's say 800. So, but put that in the grand context of like massive streamers, massive creators who take these deals, and the amount of marketing money that must have been behind them would have been insane. So they must have really banked everything on this marketing strategy. And luckily 100%. It worked. Not only that,
it did.
But it became a meme. So when the marketing was over...
and I was going to say, that is the beauty of it. Because it was so heavy pounding with the amount of time you saw it. Like, everyone knows Raid Shadow Legends. Even if you don't know it from the gameplay, I don't know. I've never played it. I'm not interested. It's a rarity when I really get involved in an RPG. But I love the memes from it. Like, I love the way they do it. It's brilliant. It's like, well, let's play Raid Shadow Legends. Start now for free. It's iconic, like, come on, man. Yeah, it's beautiful in its own way.
Yeah, they did so much marketing to it that like when the actual marketing campaign ended, it was so heavily grained into people's minds that it became a meme and people did the marketing for you.
Yeah.
It's like
because that's the thing as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they spent a lot. They spent at first. You saw ads that was purely just showing like generic gameplay, and a lot of people going with the most ambitious RPG, the best graphics, going blah blah blah. And then you eventually started to see like skits using characters from the RPG itself, which I thought was interesting because that was sort of like the thank you in a way. Like this is maybe, I'm not sure at all, but could be like where the money has also gone as well. Like thank you for letting us make a bigger advert for you guys or something, you know?
Yeah.
It was nice. It was they like you say, they did it well. They definitely did it well.
Oh yeah, they knocked it out of the park, and a lot of brands followed suit. But it's like if I could go up to someone completely uninitiated and just ask them, hey, have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends? They'd know, and they could probably quote you one of their introductory offers from one of the ads they saw on YouTube. It was that widespread, and that's
even
successful.
if they don't, even if it's not the first thing they think about, and they go, what are you on about? You could probably just show them the advert, and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, I have seen that. Even if they're not really like, it's not like ingrained in their mind, like someone like yourself or me who sort of are somewhat aware of the memes and that of the world.
Yeah.
You can definitely see someone just knowing the advert for sure.
Yeah, like enough people are marketing it themselves just from like it becoming a meme that even if you weren't initiated at all, you knew. Like you really knew about it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
100%,
honestly
100%.
best marketing campaign of the year. If I had to put a title on anything, it would be Raid Shadow Legends, Mr. Beast, and then just like Minecraft, just an aggregate category, just all of Minecraft.
Yeah, beautiful. Like when you look back at how awful 2020 could have been and was most definitely, some things to take out of it was how some things were so beautiful and in their own right. And I think Raid Shadow Legends definitely picked the right time to sort of promote, because everyone was at home pretty much. Everyone was binging YouTube. Everyone was finding new people. And the same with Minecraft and Mr. Beast. There was all this sudden increase because there was so much time that people had to put things back into, you know.
Everyone you had this massive influx of people just not doing anything, be that from like being put on furlough leave, or just like not having a job anymore, or just like being locked down. Even if they had stuff to do, the fact that they're in lockdown, like I can vouch, I was nowhere near as productive at home as I was like in an actual campus or an actual office.
No, I think I'd look back and be like, oh yeah, I was, but I really wasn't.
Yeah.
But it definitely, there was some really clever marketing moments throughout lockdown, and I think that will 100% have to be remembered for it. Like, where's their Guinness World Record, man? It's insane how well they did, to be fair.
How would you quantify like the most successful ad campaign? Would you quantify it by like how much money you made, how much money you spent, how many people it made an impression on, how many downloads?
An impression, I think, of like how many people can keep talking about it. Because say, for example, like, I haven't even played it. The fact that if I was to mention it, someone could then go, oh yeah, whatever, in conversation, right? And then think about it and go, actually, let me give that a go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I think word of mouth plays a massive part in that. And if you have the strength to just get that ingrained in someone's head, so then it naturally becomes a thing you bring up in conversation, then you've done it. Like the same with like the likes of like Vine and like TikTok. The amount of time someone brings up TikTok in a day, the amount of time someone brings up did bring up Vine in a day, you don't really hear many people going, oh, did you see that Instagram video? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, did you see that IGTV ad?
Right. So to get it to part of, I think maybe to get it part of someone's vocabulary is the best way to promote something. And that has to be done by how Raid Shadow Legends did it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, you know, make it so prominent and so can't avoid it, that even when you're not wanting to talk about it or watch it, you still can't avoid bringing it up, because it's there.
Yeah, it's like it's so common.
I don't know.
It's like, all right, before like I just wanna take a bit of a tangent though. I want to rant about impressions. Like we talked about it, and it's like I have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick with impressions, okay? Because it's such a vague metric. Okay, so I on my Twitter, like I have a Twitter, but it's like I also get access to like this Twitter for Business panel to like see how how much traction my tweets have got, and it just says impressions like 78 or something, and it's like, what does that mean? It's like I jokingly tweeted that I was becoming an invincible, like as in the new show, like I was becoming an invincible stan account that got like 30 likes and like 90 impressions or something. What does impressions mean? Does impressions mean they saw it on their timeline? Does it mean that they actually opened the tweet? Does it mean that they went to the original? Does it mean like they took my tweet as the second coming of Christ? Follow me on Twitter, by the way, at sappytron. But yeah, do you see what, like, it can mean anything. It's so vague. Like it's such a vague metric.
No, I honestly, I am the most like I can't use Twitter to save my life. the biggest, let's say, impressions I ever got was, I think I remember, like, I can't remember what brought me to say it, but there was something about why, like, I think Boris Johnson was trending or something, or Tea Party Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
So I tweeted, remember that time where Boris Johnson refused to talk to the press but served them tea outside his house? Love Boris or something. And a few people looked at it. I used to write hashtags, and I got like couple of retweets. I thought I was famous for a bit. It was quite nice.
Look at me, I've got 4 retweets. I am the second coming.
Exactly. I am a celebrity.
I am a god.
Honestly, I have no idea what impressions do or mean. The amount of times I've accidentally tried to retweet something and it's shared to like my mate and he's gone, "What the hell have you sent this to me?" I'm like, yes. Nah, that was meant to be retweeted or something.
I think the annoying part though is that it's juxtaposed with actually meaningful metrics. So you've got you've got like, it's like you have likes there, fair enough. Like people like what you say. You have retweets, you have comments, you have
a lot. There's a lot going on.
Rate if there's a link. Impressions means sweet FA to me. It means nothing.
Yeah. No, I agree. Twitter is the one platform, all I do is go on it, look at what's trending, and then go off it.
I'm gonna be honest. I just use Twitter either to promote or to just shitpost. I'll put it bluntly. I shitpost on Twitter. It's a really good time.
I prefer, a lot of my mates use it for like just sort of like a little weird rant bit that they just go like, I don't know, just dropped an entire cow, and you're like, what? But that's what they've put on their Twitter, and then no one's liked it, no one's cared, but it's just sort of a weird place they go to have a little like rant. But I did that for like a little while, then I just sort of gave up. I didn't really bother.
You say you grew up Twitter. What do you think's the best? What do you think's the best social media platform?
Oh, wait, hold on. We're talking like best one that keeps you on.
Just in your opinion, like explain your opinion to the core, like. What do you think is the best social media platform out there at the moment?
TikTok. It has to be. Not because I want it to be.
Really?
Nah. But hear me out, right?
Okay. All right.
You think the amount at this, well, especially during obviously lockdown, but even now, there's the amount. Like I said before, the amount of times I hear people bring up TikTok in conversation. Like, have you seen this too? Have you seen this? And the amount of times, like for example, my mate would be like sleep deprived, and she's like basically gone, "Oh," I was like, "Why couldn't you sleep?" She's like, "I was just up watching TikTok." And it's like, that's bad. Like, I think in the regards to how good the app is, it's not good, but it's so well made with the algorithms and everything that it has so much traction behind it, to the point where people are using it like more than daily. Like right now, there are so many people on it. Of course, there's so many people on the other platforms, but I think in recent moments, the most successful platform, in my opinion, has definitely been TikTok. Because I can say for myself, I don't use Facebook. Like, if I really need like a social media fix, I'll head on to Facebook. Instagram is underneath that. I'd say I do sort of use that quite a bit, but then again, there's only so many like times you can keep scrolling before it catches up and tells you, right, you need to log off, man. It's, you know, you've caught up with everything.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the fact that TikTok never ends, I think keeps people on board, because you will eventually find something that you want to watch.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think at the moment TikTok.
Yeah. Sure. So you're taking the meritocracy route, like what you think is like purely the most successful.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I get that, because like TikTok very much just zeroes in on doing one thing the best. That thing being just like constant feed of content. Like there's an algorithm. It's short. It's digestible. Like they just zero in on that one kind of content, and they do it so damn well. Like it's no wonder it's one of the. It's no wonder like it comes up so much, and it's like one of the biggest apps in existence right now.
Yeah.
So you think TikTok and Instagram and Facebook? I don't know. I don't use Facebook. Really? I'm like the polar opposite. I only have Facebook for business reasons, to say I have a Facebook.
Okay.
Like that's the only reason I have it. Like the most meaningful thing I've done to it was I updated it like half a year ago to not have a picture of me as a kid. Like if that doesn't indicate how much I use it, I don't know what will.
To be fair though, there is at one point Facebook was the sort of place I did go to like look for videos and that, and I did have like this like library of like saved memes and stuff, and I did come across some like beautiful gems. But for some reason I just sort of one day just sort of like stopped. And what makes me laugh is how much they try and get you back on Facebook and like other apps. Like the amount of times recently I keep saying it's like, I don't know, let's say it's like Jeremy Graham has posted on his timeline. I'm like,
wow, didn't ask.
Okay, when did what? And then it's like you look at it, it's like turn off notification for this person. It's like, when were they on?
Yeah.
But, okay. And then you've got like it's like suggested friend. You might know this person. It's like, well, I don't. And they're basically just crying. They're like, come back, please.
Please.
I had like 40 notifications the other day, and it was just like all like suggested friends. So and so's posting his time, and I'm like, just leave.
It's like there's so many notifications that I get. I just straight off turned off any like notifications that I would have got and just left it be.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's just I get it. You're desperate. But it's like
you want my money.
I'm not taking you back.
Money, but,
I'm not taking you back.
Yeah.
But speaking of money, like an interesting tidbit I found today is like Facebook values like a singular person data. I think $9.40, which is insane. Like that's so much money.
Bang.
Okay, no, I know $9.40 doesn't sound like a lot, but times that by billions of users.
Yeah. When you do that. That's utter insanity. I actually might get rid of my Facebook. I don't use it. When I say I don't use it.
Yeah, I mean,
I might just delete the Facebook app though and just use Messenger.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I only use it. I only have it for like business reasons to say I have a Facebook, because I recognize that some people for some benign reason only have Facebook. So like it's there purely for like edge case purposes, and that's literally it.
Yeah. Speaking of Facebook, though, is Elon Musk weird? Is Mark Zuckerberg a lizard? I mean,
I
depends if you want to talk about this though, because the government might get involved.
I was gonna say like I'm not confident in my current safety of my situation, given the context of this conversation. I'd like to opt out.
They might find out. I'm out, by the way. All right. Yeah, no, fair point. Let's just put it this way. There's evidence to prove that he is, but let's not get into it, just in case if they're listening.
For legal reasons, we shall move on to my favourites.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I barely use Facebook. Like same deal with TikTok. I had it. I literally have a TikTok account with one post. It's me bending a spoon on a Ben and Jerry's, but it's also on YouTube.
Oh, that beautiful video.
That was like one spark of genius.
Didn't it start blowing up?
What?
I swear you just no.
Do you think I put a bite bomb in my Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah.
I mean, fair. That is something I would do.
No, I swear you put it on like TikTok, and it like you were quite pleased because it's like got like the tiniest bit of peak traction or something, wasn't it? I can't remember.
That was I posted that same Ben and Jerry's video to YouTube and it got like 10k views because it got picked up by the Shorts algorithm.
Yeah,
but literally,
yeah.
my only post on TikTok, is like me making a skit about Ben and Jerry's and bending a spoon. That's like, it was literally just to get my name on that, and like not to put it in a simplistic sense. Like the only other reason I'm on TikTok is to lock my name in, because like if I ever want to use it in the future, I don't want to risk my name being taken.
You
That's
don't
another thing.
Because you might get like fan accounts or something. Let's say
it's like if you're establishing a brand, I mean,
you want to get in on it.
It's like look at Dream. His Twitter tag is @DreamWasTaken for obvious reasons, because Dream was taken, and it's like you don't want that to happen.
No, exactly.
But yeah, so that's TikTok.
You always ask someone to buy it off. You know, sometimes people are nice enough to charge you 10 grand to get their username off them.
Oh my god, yeah, that's such a scummy practice. That's a lot more common than you think, actually.
Yeah, or
like
dead accounts where they've taken
floating.
the name and they're no longer available around.
Yeah, account trading and name floating. They're so I don't know the official name for like selling off like names, but
no,
it's
I know what you mean,
it's so bad. It's so bad. I mean. Yeah. I have nothing but respect for the guys who came up with this, to be fair. It's scummy, but the fact that they came up with it and like thought ahead and was that resourceful, it's like, okay, you like morally grey, but you have my respect for the hustle. You have my respect.
I respect the hustle, but
I see both sides here. I see both sides. But yeah, it's so it's so prevalent. Like I've seen, like I've literally, Instagram is the worst for this. Instagram is like, I hate Instagram, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's a big platform and I use it a lot, but I like so much of it is just ads. Like it's either ads by Instagram, ads for borderline porn, or like or like trading accounts every other day. Like I'd follow a meme. I literally remember this. I followed a meme account with like 200k. I'm not going to disclose tags.
I think I know where you're going with this. But go on.
Like I followed a meme account like with 200k. Literally like on one day, like they accepted me within that day, because there's another thing they do. They use the private function to like generate suspense. It's like, oh yeah, I got accepted by a big account. Whoa.
Isn't it where they go like, if I don't accept you,
like DMs be accepted,
or
follow X account to be accepted instantly. It's like I remember following this like 200k meme account, like, and then within that same day, like checking in at the evening, and it is completely changed. Like it had become an account for like a model / adult star.
Yeah, the amount of times I've unfollowed like Instagram meme accounts is insane. Like I don't think I follow any Instagram meme accounts. I get my memes now from TikTok, but like they're always late anyway. Memes on TikTok, but
get on Reddit, my dude.
I know. I need to actually. My account's been suspended because I just haven't used it. So like, we don't know if it's you. We don't trust you. So they're like, they keep sending me a little like buzz every so often, saying like, you know,
your account's still dead.
Reestablish your hello, like reestablish it, hello. I completely agree. Like the amount, it's like all just sort of like ads and advertisement on these meme accounts, and you're like, what is going on? I absolutely hate that, because I did not subscribe to them for that reason, obviously. And they all have the same ads. They're like all run by the same person. They all have like you have like the big groups, like 10 or 20 accounts with like millions of followers, and they'll all have like the ad for the same like one weird like, borderline porn very
star.
Borderline dirty website. Yeah, it's not it's just weird, man. I don't get it.
I don't want to be horny. I just want to be happy.
Yeah, I want to be fun. I want to laugh at things. I don't like that. No, but that's the thing, isn't it? It's just they're just so. It just clogs up your feed. Basically, you just feel so scummy that you subscribe to this sort of thing, because like, I don't know. I just always feel like, what the hell? Like
you subscribed expecting memes, and you got horny bait. Essentially, you got horny bait instead.
And most of the memes that you come across, a good week or a few days of like proper high tier like new memes, and then next thing you know, it's like, wait a second, I've seen this one before, and you scroll down, it's like, that's the same meme. Okay.
Is okay, so yeah, like the meme, like the chronology of memes usually goes like Reddit at the top with like the occasionally sprinkling of like 4chan green text or something, and then it goes Twitter, and then it goes Instagram, because the amount of Twitter screenshots that I've seen on Instagram is disgusting. Like, I'd literally go on Twitter, see something funny,
Twitter makes
like
its own meme, doesn't it? Really, from the amount of weirdos that are on it.
Yeah, true. But then I'd go on Twitter, like something, and then open Instagram, refresh, and the top of my feed would be that exact tweet.
The only like account I follow, it does sometimes have those really horny, you call it, ads. Is the Archbishop of Banterbury. That's like the only one that I can tolerate.
Like the one I can get behind.
Purely because their content isn't memes, it's more like situational news piss takes. So like you watch it, it's like current affairs.
Yeah, it's like something original.
Yeah, mockery of that. And even if it's not original, they pretty much get it straight away. Like they're pretty prompt with their posting. But they still have those occasional really weird ads, and the ones that they're not even borderline porn, but they're like the random bracelet which will never show up at your house because it's all a scam. Do you know what I mean? And with all the people swimming in an ocean, it's like, what is going on? It's those sort of ones that they sometimes promote as well, but I can get past those because it's not clogging my feed. But I need to get back to Reddit, to be fair, if I want to keep up with
Reddit's where you need to be, honestly. It's like,
you can teach me the way.
That's my second favorite platform is Reddit. I realized I also started from the bottom instead of the top.
Funny you say that, actually, because my mate and quite like a lot of people at the moment obviously are following like the stocks that are going on with their crashes and everything. Obviously, it's something not to get into because there's so much to it which I don't even know to discuss.
Yeah, just want to state for the record, like we are not like financial advisors. This is purely from a layman's perspective, and like any
100%.
opinions any opinions are 100% our own and not financial advice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the legal job, by the way.
Yeah, of course, the legal part, the government part. But you got like Yahoo Finance, right? You've got Reddit Finance. I think.
Wall Street Bets.
Reddit Finance. Like yeah. Reddit Finance is insane. Like everyone just takes the mick. Like they call themselves like gorillas and like chads and stuff like that. You know,
they've got like this to the moon.
Humble community, diamond hands to the moon and stuff like that. And then you go to Yahoo Answers or Yahoo Finance, and it's all these like old guys, let's say, going like, oh, you guys, just mumbling about random crap. Like one person said about his wife leaving him for a stock or something. It's like, what is going on? You go to Reddit, no one cares. No one cares. Like, it's such a meme, but in a serious way.
It's like, hey, want to crash a stock? Yeah, Lamau.
Yeah, lol. But like, it's so weird to see the difference. And of course, Reddit's a meme part of it. Do you know what I mean? Of course, the Reddit community take the mick out of it, as well as give you good insight. And of course, Yahoo Answers is not good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't even know anyone that uses Yahoo anymore, apart from my mum.
I think
for some reason, my mum still has a Yahoo account.
I think they're actually like sunsetting it now.
Oh really? Well, they get like Yahoo sort of going.
Yeah, like Yahoo Answers and stuff. Like I think they actually like they're taking it down. If not soon, then already.
Yahoo, wasn't it? Ask Jeeves. That was fun for a bit.
Yeah, I think Ask Jeeves was powered by Yahoo.
Yeah, I remember. There was one bit where you used to be able to like put him in a different suit. The internet was a weird time back then.
That was weird. That was like the Wild West.
Yeah, that was when you eventually realize that I need to get off the internet.
Yeah, that's the internet equivalent of like the 80s and 90s, because funnily enough, it's like it was very much inspired by the 80s and 90s.
Oh god, yeah, definitely.
My favorite social media platform, to get back on topic, is actually it's actually YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm interested.
This is going to sound so backwards, considering
that works.
In most conversations, I dunk on YouTube a lot.
Well, just call back to the previous part of this, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I dunk on YouTube a lot, but from like a purely creator standpoint, they have everything. Like, I mean, so they have obviously their videos. Like they have videos.
But yeah.
So they have videos, right? Like
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
got a robust copyright system, like Content ID. Like it's flawed. It's very much in the favor of the companies and the record labels,
Right,
but
right.
it's the best system going right now until
Yeah, yeah.
until law catches up and until things balance out a bit. It's like the best
True.
handling
Okay.
system in terms of copyright.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got YouTube stories. I don't personally use them, but
No, I don't
it's
use them. I skip
still
past them, but they're there.
like it's still stories. It's like little
Yeah,
snippets.
yeah, yeah.
They're functionally the same, but
Yeah.
it's like putting it on the same
Oh, no,
platform.
you're completely fair in that
Yeah,
regard, man.
yeah. You got YouTube Shorts now. They're
You got
beta
YouTube
that, which is
Short.
essentially
Yeah,
like your YouTube branded TikTok.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've got community posts, which like
Yeah.
can function essentially like your sort of behind the scenes
You've got
text
interactive
walls.
videos, like
Yeah,
Trump. Like, I saw this one recently that was like a trumpet, and you could use like your keyboard to like play it. It was really weird.
yeah. Oh, I think I heard about that one actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that it's
that's
old.
super
It's an old
weird.
video. It's like 2 years ago, but it's suddenly like popped up again.
Mm.
You probably were going to get onto the topic of it, but music. You've got music, obviously.
Yeah, so you
Like,
got
it's what
YouTube. You got
100%
YouTube
goes to
Music.
place with music a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and you've got, like I said, the community post. You've got so much on YouTube that I think
completely didn't think about that.
it's such a good platform just because,
Yeah,
like, from a creator's perspective, if you can get the traction, you have everything centralized in one place.
yeah, exactly.
Offboarding, because offboarding is so hard. Like
Right.
offboarding
What
is
is,
so hard. Like the pass
what's
through.
that then? What would that be? What
It's
offboarding?
like if I had 1,000 people and like they watch me like religiously on YouTube, like they only used YouTube. If I told them, "Hey, I have a Twitch channel, go
Right.
follow me on there," you'd be lucky to get 5 to 10% people
Okay.
actually following you on there.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people. I think those sort of content people rely on, are like a lot of the highlights and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It's the same vibe. Why I don't like a lot of Twitch streamers struggle to get an original following on YouTube,
Right.
and vice versa.
Right. Yeah.
It's like that's a specific example, but it just goes to like it goes to show you like offboarding is like an extra step you don't really want to take.
Right. That's
So
fair.
having everything like all of your types of content centralized in one place, yeah, by all means have it mirrored elsewhere. It's like if you make a short, like if you make a YouTube short, by all means mirror it on TikTok. Like it makes
Yeah.
sense. The more places you can put it, the better. But having that one central place that you have everything
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, like YouTube have live streams as well. Case in point, they have
To
live
be fair,
streams.
no, they have live streams. A lot of events go straight to YouTube,
Yeah.
live stream wise, like the Apple conference, most of the E3s that I've always, every time apart from obviously last year where it was cancelled, but
Yeah.
like the E3s were always something to
Yeah,
go
like all
straight
the
to
shows, all of the
Xbox
events,
conferences
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, the conferences are straight streamed to YouTube. I
Mm.
don't think I've seen them anywhere else
Yeah, but it's
for
like
ages. I don't know.
yeah, it's like having everything in one place. Like especially as a creator, it's almost invaluable.
Yeah,
Because you have
yeah.
all of you and all of these different facets of you in one place.
Yeah. To be fair though, YouTube has come a very long way because it was one of
has
the
it? Yeah.
first. So
Like it
I
was
think
the original, like it
Oh.
was the progenitor to like
it was
anything else on the market.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I think if anything, they've taken what the other social media platforms have done and just somehow, don't know how, made it work for them. Because every platform now has a story.
Yeah.
As in like the story stuff, not as in every platform has a background and a meaning.
Yeah.
No, but every platform does have that story system. But firstly, obviously, like Snapchat is the one for that. That is like it.
Yeah, but that's what they built. That's what they built around. That was originally their gimmick, and everyone else just took their own twists on it.
Right, and Instagram have done it well enough for it to be a consistent feature that you forget wasn't there.
Yeah.
Twitter, obsolete. Don't think I've ever seen myself looking at it or other people talk about
Yeah, it's like
them.
Twitter introduced
And-
fleets, and they haven't really got
Facebook.
any traction, at least in my
Yeah,
experience.
and Facebook, might as well go to Instagram.
Yeah.
But in regards to YouTube, somehow they actually do sort of fit in with the app. It works because it's almost like an exclusive into maybe that creator, something that he doesn't want to say in a video, but goes, actually, I'll put it on that because if someone comes across it, there you go. That's left. That's that for them.
Yeah.
How did they do it? But no, that's fair.
It's
It
like
works.
having that diversity, like all there. It's like,
Exactly.
okay, you got short attention span. Don't want to watch like a 30-minute long mini doc with a 10-minute video. Like at the same time, like what you could watch a 2-hour live stream if you want a more personal experience.
Exactly.
You could watch a short if you just want quick content on the go. You can watch a story if you want a behind the scenes look. You can watch community posts, like,
and they don't harass you with notifications.
Yeah.
If anything,
that as well.
They bury your subscribers until you find that video.
That is the one bad thing. That's like a downside to YouTube, I will say. It's like their notifications.
It doesn't take long for you to.
That and the suppression, like sometimes they suppress videos.
Yeah,
which
it doesn't take long for you to come across a video again. But the fact that you have to go your way to find a video for it to be then put back on your algorithm is a bit upsetting.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'd say that their notification system works a charm, because if you want notification from said YouTube, it will just go, here's an upload, this one. You don't get constant suggested content. I mean, I think you do actually. Maybe I did turn that off. I'm not sure. I haven't had it for ages. Put it that way.
Yeah, because it's like you have like for notifications, you have like a personalized bell and then an all option.
Yeah,
which like gives you everything.
That's the one.
Yeah. It's like not to say that YouTube is this perfect platform, that it's like it's the most rich in terms of like types of content, but it's still got issues. Like like in terms of live streaming, they really need to work on the live streaming experience. Like I haven't streamed on it recently because I'm like mostly Twitch centric, but like there are some caveats. Like the viewing experience on YouTube isn't great. Like you look at Twitch by comparison, and like YouTube's does come short.
Yeah.
I
think if you put it landscape, it's grim with live chat. It just everything's so cramped. I think portrait, you click on it and it's like commenting on the thing, but you can still see the video sometimes. But now landscape's grim with live stream. I have seen a few.
They have work to do. They definitely have work to do. But I think it's I honestly think unless Twitch ups their game, that they're going to take down that they're going to be taken down by YouTube. Like YouTube is going to surpass them eventually, unless Twitch does something.
Really?
That's my hot take.
Okay.
That's my hot take.
That's fair enough.
I think YouTube is going to surpass Twitch if it gets these issues out of the way. Then because Twitch has been on a bit of a slippery slope as is, and they don't have things like the content ID system. So recently, when they've been undergoing a lot of issues with DMCA, like like copyright, like a lot of streamers have just been left high and dry, and they were essentially given the option by Twitch, nuke all of your clips. And you think this is like hundreds of thousands of clips. This is years worth of streams. For some of these streamers, and they were essentially given either the nuclear button or the tightrope option, which is like pray that you don't have any copyright issues, because if you do, say goodbye.
That's it. That's it. You're gone.
I think I never want to be in that position. That's absolutely terrifying to me.
That is. I can't imagine, because that's basically something like you just get like sort of cancelled because you did something wrong once. You know?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, cancel culture as a whole is so
awful.
stupid. No,
I hate it.
Like it's so stupid. Like there is the 1 out of 10 time where it's actually done something positive, but 9 times out of 10 it's over the most menial reasons, and like the stupid parts are the only bits that you hear about as well.
Yeah. Oh god, 100%.
Because that's what blows up. It's which inadvertently like furthers the problem. It's like. Like someone tries to cancel you, it blows up because the reason for cancelling, or like the cancelling itself, is stupid, which then gets more traction, which then can mean more people come after you. It's like it's just such a vicious cycle, and I absolutely hate it.
It is sad. There's literally nothing. Most of the time, there's nothing positive about it, and it is over the smallest of things, because someone said something once that is now legally, by government guidelines, apparently not classed as allowed. Yet those sort of people that say that are the exact people who still make those jokes, but then they're gonna be like these pick-me people where it's like everything's okay, and they have to keep this persona up on the social platform that they're on. It's like no one can say anything they want because like when people go comedy is subjective, it's like, well, is it though now? It really isn't. You'll make it out that it isn't, but it still is.
Yeah. The other thing that knocks me about cancel culture is that, like, bringing, like, the specific, this is very Twitter specific because that's where a lot of it goes on. That's where you hear a lot of it. That when old tweets of you surface from like 6 or 7 years ago with, and making
James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn. That's like the most prolific example. But I immediately look at that and I'm like, me and I'm sure any rational human being thinks, okay, that was 7 years ago. Am I the same person from 7 years ago? I'd like to think not. Of course not. No.
Of course you're not. Yeah.
Like I change as a person. Like, I mean, I look at me last year, let alone 7 years ago. Like, I think, who the hell are you? Stop being a dickhead.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. Like, I mean, you change every day, like, and to resurface it, and then, like, I mean, Disney, didn't they basically get rid of him?
Yeah, they essentially threw him under the bus.
Yeah, and then we're like, actually, he's kind of good though, isn't he? He's kind of good at what he does.
Yeah.
Let's get him back. So they rehired him anyway to the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, what was the point in the first place?
Yeah,
then?
that you achieved nothing. Honestly,
nothing.
People achieved nothing.
You wasted your time, Disney. Well done.
I mean, there are, like I said, there are like the 1 out of 10 times where it's actually for something good. Like,
right. Yeah.
There are those edge cases where it's like someone is genuinely being like a scummy person.
I don't know if this is, if you know much about it, but like, I'd say one of the most positive cancels out there would 100% be Onision.
Yes.
Because he was such, and excuse my French, obviously, but he was such a cancerous YouTuber.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful. There was not one thing I think he did well in the sense of he was manipulative, he lied. There was all these things, you know, absolute freak of a person. And Chris Hansen, of all people, did enough to get him cancelled, like amongst other things, and there was other people getting involved.
Yeah.
But he's gone. That is that person gone, and that is the one positives of cancel culture, I think, because that would come under it. He basically got cancelled finally for old stuff that he did.
Mind you, that wasn't a cancel as in terms of like a social media campaign, because people have been campaigning against him for years.
Yeah,
but that was like actually law. That was law enforcement stepping in.
I think because Chris Hansen got involved, it completely turned it around.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and made it more of a serious, like, not Onision going, nah, you get cancelled now. It was Chris Hansen going, actually, my team have researched into it. You're a freak. You can't be doing the.
Yeah, it's like while we can't say specifics. It's like when law enforcement got involved, that was like
that's it. That's what I was trying to say. Actually, law enforcement. That's what I meant. Like, his crew, law enforcement, stuff like that. Like, and that is one of the best examples of cancel culture I can think of in a positive way. On the spot, basically.
But it's like one of the best examples of cancel culture when it's actually like when it's removing someone who's genuinely harmful.
Toxic.
It's harmful, like not even toxic, because you can be toxic online and that can be okay when in context. True. Like there's been times where I've been online gaming and like I can put a sailor to shame if I'm in the right mood and I'm in the heat of the moment. I'll put a sailor to shame, but in the context of the conversation and what's going on, that's like justified. That's accepted in that atmosphere and in that circle.
That
but
sense.
It's like
he was. But when you say it as he was harmful to people, 100%. Like there's no point in getting into it because it is a massive topic to talk about.
It's a whole can of worms. Like,
but either way, knowing if you know of Onision, whoever's listening as well, just. You know that he was a bad person, and if you still support Onision, then sad for you. Because
I love how you had to tweak it back. It's like I had the vibe you were going to say something. It's it's like that one Canadian. It's just like, I hope you have a very nice day.
Yeah, Oh, isn't that video of the guy where it's like, I hope your family has a really nice day. Yeah, that guy's raging on like Call of Duty, isn't it?
I love
it.
That's the one stereotype I've fallen in love with. Like, Canadians are like the nicest people on earth. My best friend in secondary school for like the first 2 years was actually Canadian. Like he was one of the nicest guys that I ever met. He moved back and now he has a 240 SX and I love his car and it's beautiful.
I love that. To be fair though, I'm a bit speculant because I did meet a Canadian in the pub and I turned around and I was like, is it true that you're the like, this was me like a few drinks in, so I had more confidence.
Yeah,
I was like,
your Dutch courage is setting.
Yeah, I was like, is it true that you're more, like the most happiest and friendliest country? And he just goes, no. Yeah, that conversation died, didn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh. Way to kill the mood, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that really... Okay, and then he sat on our table and expected me to make conversation, and I was like, dude, you've ruined it. You've ruined that.
Bro, we had a vibe. You soiled it.
You did it.
No. Yeah, it's like, to get back on topic though, it's like if you're removing someone genuinely harmful or like someone who poses a threat, it's like if they were going to do something bad, or like if they were saying something very dangerous, then that's the one time where cancel culture actually makes sense, because you're by deplatforming them, you're essentially protecting
true.
It's like you're doing a bad thing for the right reasons. It's like that whole moral dilemma. It's like you're doing a shitty thing for the right reason. It's
no, for sure.
People can see it as like nasty and being exclusionary, but at the end of the day, it's like if you're doing it for like to do more overall good than harm, like if there's like there's no malintention, it's like you genuinely just see someone being harmful and you don't want that to spread, you don't want that to affect people, then I honestly think that's justified in my eyes anyway.
No, that works. I completely agree. Like it's just a shame that it is being used to get rid of people that one person doesn't agree with, and everyone goes, you know what, nah, just because they can, because it's a keyboard warrior vibe and no one actually.
Well, it's so easy to bandwagon, isn't it? It's so easy to just get behind a bandwagon.
You don't want to feel left out. You don't want to.
You don't want to be that one contrarian that goes against it, and then you'll be the firing line as well.
Yeah, be the shepherd, not the sheep. But most people nowadays are the sheep to the shepherds, and it's actually quite upsetting.
Yeah, because the shepherd has a firearm, and they remind you.
Yeah, it is awful. But I think it's becoming less because more people are getting on board with the fact that it needs to stop. Yeah, but it's still forever going to be apparent, I think, for a long, long time.
I know cancel culture isn't going away. Like,
God no!
The idea behind it is changing, because like a lot of people are waking up to the idea. It's like, okay, this can destroy innocent people's lives. This can completely destroy them. But like, I don't think it's going to go away. Like, it's still going to happen. Like, there's still going to be times where like everyone's going to band together like against an individual or like an idea.
Just because they can.
I mean, when you look at it, like empirically, like cancel culture has been a thing for thousands of years. Technically, like everyone, like all of the Axis powers came together for an idea. I don't know what this metaphor is going. I don't know where this metaphor is going.
I think I get it though. I think I understand it.
But yeah, it's just like this is the latest form of that idea.
Exactly.
It's not going away, but it's going to change with the times, like as people do.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about tech, not philosophy.
I know, man.
Whoa, we're getting deep.
What's going on?
Deep this episode. Bang.
Maybe it was a long time coming, but generally I think in a sense of the worst platform for it, 100% Twitter, like you said earlier, is the worst place for cancel culture, because you've got the trending of hashtags, which is their main focus. So as soon as something starts trending, because a lot of people say, like, all it needs to do is a lot of people need to mention one thing, like say, like a lot of people are literally saying the word like Doge will then start being trending because it's being used so often. That's all it takes. Because then cancel culture. Who's getting cancelled? Why is someone getting cancel cultured? What is cancel culture?
Yeah, half the time you don't even know what's going on.
Right.
Like, but you just see like, oh, like this has got a load of traction. I better just like hop on.
You click it, and then it's right.
Okay. Yeah.
And then every other social media account gets involved and goes, oh, Yeah, let's tweet about that.
Yeah.
or post about that.
Yeah, and then there's just me in my little corner of Twitter tweeting about how sharks don't attend church.
Do they not?
And on that bombshell, what a way to end the episode, eh? What a way.
Amazing. I love it.
But yeah, please follow my Twitter. It's a lot of fun at sappytron.
Yeah.
I don't always talk about sharks not attending church. I have a double life as apparently a Twitter stan account that got the most likes in my Twitter career, and so I've got to sleep in the bed I've made. But hey, any closing thoughts, mate?
Amazing. Just I think, Ben, at this point, mate, honestly, keep doing what you're doing. With everything with the podcast. But for real, always thank you for having me on. It's an absolute pleasure.
Dude, you're a mainstay. You don't have to thank me for having you on. Jesus.
It's good. It's a nice experience, honestly. But yeah, thanks, guys, as well.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
We'll
see you in 2 weeks. So
ciao.
Ciao for now.